Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
On the calculation right, following your video, and I come in at about 4 1/4, but there's no such thing, so probably a 4 by 5 is what I'm looking at. And I'm looking at, this is an exterior door, so it's probably heavier than an interior door. And I'm looking at solid brass, or at least brass finish, polished brass finish.
Okay. Well, that's the question for me.
Yes, I mean, I'm looking at your website, and there's thousands of these things.
Sure.
And I want to make sure I get the right heavy, the right kind for an exterior door, the strength of it.
Well, wide throw hinges are not load rated at all.
Okay.
But we don't ever see them fail when used in normal installations. What is the weight of the door?
Don't know, but it's a glass, full panel glass door, with a wood trim around, or wood frame. Exterior door.
If guesswork is okay, then that's okay with me. But you should know the weight of the door. What you're asking the hinge to do is obviously base.
Okay, I can hardly hear you, Richard.
Sorry, I walked away from the base. Asking the hinge to do the job, is okay. But if you don't know the weight of the door, then I can't tell you whether or not I'm comfortable with what you're asking for.
Okay.
A reasonable guess I think would be in order. I'd like to start with a reasonable guess in terms of the weight of the door.
Okay. I don't know, good 60 pounds.
Oh, it's nothing. The door has to be heavier than that, but that's nothing. Okay. So I would certainly then 4 by 5. Okay. So the next question is, does the door swing in or out?
It swings inward.
Okay. So no security features are really required because it swings inward. I would certainly suggest a ball bearing hinge because that door is going to get more use than the linen closet possibly.
Right.
Or maybe it won't. If you don't ever come through that opening. So then you had said polished or solid brass, or at least polished. So you can do either a brass-based material or a steel-based material and do a plating over steel. On that solid brass, naturally, it would be polished, and it would look really nice. Are you saying solid brass because of the fact that it's an exterior door?
No, I said solid brass. It doesn't have to be solid. Just a nice, even just it's a finished. It looks like a brass, polished brass.
Okay. Sure. So you're going to want a steel-based hinge because that is a expensive hinge when you talk solid brass. I mean, wide throw hinges are expensive anyway, but it'll get noticeably more expensive. So let's take a look at a 4 by 5 wide throw. And so, did you want to tell me how you calculated 4 1/4? Walk through that formula while I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, the door thickness is 1.75. The hinge backside is 1/4, and so that gives me 1.5 times 2 gives me 3, and then I added my trim thickness, which is 1 1/4. So I ended up with 4 1/4.
And you have no.
Go ahead.
Oh, forgive me, sir. Go right ahead.
No, it didn't make any sense because my hinge already is a 4x4, so I ended up with 4 1/4. So, but I can't get the door to go all the way back. It's still got about a 1.5 feet to go.
Yeah. That's where the wide throw hinges really come in.
Yeah.
So you didn't mention inset. Do you not have an inset at all?
Inset. Yeah,
it's not going to matter, most likely, unless you have an inset greater than 3/4 inch. So it's not going to force you to a bigger hinge. So your inset's probably 0 or less than 1/8 of an inch. So.
Oh, you mean how deep the hinge is into the wood?
No, when you stand on the pull side of the opening and the door is closed and you run your hand over the face of the frame and the door, not including that clearance dimension, is the door sunk into the frame ever so slightly, or is it flush with the jamb?
No, it's
probably
the jamb.
Yeah, I mean that's what I expect you to say, because that's what it normally is.
Yeah, it's not sticking out from the jamb at all.
Yeah. And nor is it recessed deeply in.
No.
A wide throw ball bearing polished brass 4x5 is $49.68 each, and that has to be made. I don't stock any polished brass 4x5s. I may have a satin brass, but it wouldn't be ball bearing.
Okay.
And there's not a big difference between plain bearing and ball bearing. And in 10 years, you're going to be very happy that you went with ball bearing.
Yes, I would think so, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So is this an order that I should enter?
Yes, and on this hinge, I guess all corners are square on the hinge?
Yeah, absolutely. It would be a square corner hinge, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, one it's kind of weird because one side is rounded and the other side's square, so I'll just have to square off the round side to get the new hinge in.
Yeah. Yeah. Not super unusual, but yeah. Okay, so I will get the order entered now. Let's do that.
Yep. Hold on, let me get my wallet.
Yes, sir. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.